On our weather forecast, and it is going to deteriorate rapidly, I assume, Michelle, as the snow begins to move into our area.
It's already overspreading most of southern Rhode Island right now, making its way across 195 and up Narragansett Bay. And we're already starting to see the ground getting coated in some of our southern suburbs. We'll start off on live Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar here and able to track this storm in real time. The areas of blue, your snow, the pink, maybe a little bit of sleet mixing in the green. Now that rain line located over Block Island. And we are expecting the islands to see more mixing through the daytime today, but even there going over to snow later on through the evening and nighttime hours tonight. Want to take a look at the bigger picture on live Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar. We've been talking about the evolution of this storm with two separate storm systems combining, and this storm here going to transfer its energy over to this one that's just moving off of the North Carolina coast right now, and that low pressure center will track up and very close to Nantucket, giving us a very classic nor'easter here in New England. The problem is it slows down as it makes its way by us, which is why we're talking about a long duration event here over the daytime today and into tomorrow. This is the URI quad camera here down at the campus, and you can see already the ground getting coated with this wet snow that's been arriving in South County. It'll be a fluffier and drier snow the further north that you go, but the impacts wide-reaching in southeastern New England, where we're all under a blizzard warning. We are going to see that until 1 o'clock this afternoon. In terms of a blizzard, it's again not just snow, the winds. Potentially damaging winds with this one. We're talking about 35-mile-an-hour or greater winds, creating windswept snow and reducing visibility under a quarter of a mile. And it has to last for 3 hours. We're certainly expecting that this evening and tonight. Visibility is still pretty good in Providence. The leading edge of that steadier snow has yet to arrive. It's 31 degrees there. Newport's at 32. New Bedford right around the freezing mark right now, and the wind's starting to pick up too out of the east at 15 miles per hour. Some of our coastline, though, already seeing wind gusts as high as 25 to 30 miles per hour, and those winds will continue to strengthen at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This is when we really start to deteriorate with heavier snow, poor visibility expected through the afternoon, and by 7 this evening I think we're in all-out blizzard conditions, heavy snow, strong winds during that time, northeast winds 30 to 40 miles per hour with higher gusts. So here's that future cast, and again the snow overspreading the area. It may at times try to mix along the south coast, but notice how it changes back over to snow, so any mixing should be brief for most of the area, and very heavy snow expected 7 o'clock this evening. This is when we're talking about snowfall amounts of 2 to 3 inches an hour. Again, maybe some brief mixing back and forth between snow and sleet along the south coast. And then notice the snow overnight tonight, howling winds, blizzard conditions at 2 a.m. and that'll continue into Saturday. In fact, it'll be a slow process with improving conditions through Saturday morning and early afternoon. For our snowfall amounts, this is just one computer model's take on how much snow we may see from this storm system. Most of the accumulations again happen this evening and tonight, and anywhere you see these peachy colors, that's a 24 to 36 inch range. So there is the potential for over 2 feet of snow, and all of our computer models highlighting maybe a slightly different area that sees that bullseye of the heaviest snow. We're thinking it's going to be Providence and points northward, maybe into northeastern Connecticut, that has the best chance of getting over 2 feet of snow, but still 1.5 to 2 feet along the east and west bays of Rhode Island. And then where you saw that mixing on our future cast, that's where we're expecting lighter amounts, about 10 to 18 inches, but it's also the coastline that's all going to see the strongest winds with this storm. So you're going to be seeing significant impacts. Wind gusts over 40 miles an hour at the shore as early as noon today, and then the winds continue to strengthen by 8 o'clock this evening. Wind gusts between 45 and 55 miles per hour will be pretty common, and then strengthening even further, maybe some wind gusts over 60 and 70 miles per hour through the night. So wind damage, remain a serious concern with this storm system. You combine heavy snow and strong winds, power outage is going to be likely. One thing we're not as concerned about, at least along the Rhode Island coast, would be any coastal flooding. Winds out of the northeast will actually push water away from the coast, so it's not going to be as much of an issue there. We can actually detail for you how we expect this snow to pile up through the daytime today. About 1 inch by noon, 3 inches by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a foot by midnight, and Saturday those accumulations continue. So we're looking at starting off again at about a foot of snow already by midnight, and by early to mid-morning hours, we're up around 2 feet of snow. So this is a major storm system. And again, it'll probably take much of Sunday for the roads to be cleaned up. You can always go to our website, WPRI.com. We're live streaming there throughout this storm. There's a lot of detailed information, technical information that we can put on the web that we don't always have time to talk about in our broadcast, so a great resource. Let's go ahead to JamCam traffic reporter Jay Rogers with another check on the commute.